Topic: Photosynthesis, the plant's amazing energy factory. Imagine you're a superpowered plant. You can't go to a burger joint for a meal, right? So how do you get all the energy you need to grow big and strong, and even produce delicious fruits and veggies? The answer is photosynthesis, your own personal energy factory. Photosynthesis is like a plant's superpower. It's the process where plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to create their own food, sugar, and release oxygen as a byproduct. Think of it as a magical recipe. The energy source, like the electricity for your kitchen appliances, absorbed from the soil through the roots, like the water you use to cook. A gas from the air, like the air you breathe out. 1. The plant's leaves soak up sunlight through tiny structures called chloroplasts. They are like mini solar panels. They also absorb water through their roots and carbon dioxide through tiny pores on their leaves called stomata. Imagine them as tiny mouths. 2. Inside the chloroplast, a special chemical reaction happens powered by sunlight. This converts water and carbon dioxide into glucose, a type of sugar, the plant's food, and oxygen. 3. The plant uses the glucose for energy to grow, reproduce, and make fruits and flowers. The oxygen is released into the air, the very oxygen we breathe. Photosynthesis is the foundation of almost every food chain on Earth. All the plants we eat, from apples to potatoes, get their energy this way. Even the animals we eat depend on plants or other animals that eat plants for energy. Photosynthesis replenishes the oxygen in our atmosphere, making it possible for us to breathe. Think of plants as giant oxygen machines. Plants absorb carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. More plants mean less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, helping regulate the Earth's temperature. Chloroplasts are like solar panels converting sunlight into energy. The leaf is like a kitchen where the plant prepares its food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide as ingredients. The whole plant acts as a factory, producing food, glucose, and a byproduct, oxygen. 1. What are the main ingredients for photosynthesis? A sunlight, water, and oxygen. B. Sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. C. Sunlight, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. D. Water, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. 2. Plants release carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. 3. What is the main product of photosynthesis that plants use for energy? 4. What are the tiny pores on leaves that absorb carbon dioxide? A. Chloroplasts. B. Stomata. C. Roots. D. Stems. 5. Name one way photosynthesis helps regulate the Earth's climate. 6. Animals can perform photosynthesis. 7. Explain why photosynthesis is important for animals. Different plants have adapted to perform photosynthesis in different ways. Some plants, like cacti, have evolved to survive in very dry climates and store water efficiently. Others, like aquatic plants, have adapted to absorb carbon dioxide directly from the water. Topic: The amazing world of cells, the building blocks of life. Ever built a Lego castle? Imagine each tiny Lego brick as a cell. Your body, a plant, an animal, everything living is built for. They're so small you need a microscope to see them. Each cell is like a tiny city with different parts working together to keep it alive. Some organisms, like bacteria, are single-celled. Humans, however, are multicellular. We're made of trillions of cells working together. The outer boundary of the cell, like the walls of a city, controlling what enters and leaves. The jelly-like substance filling the cell, where many cell activities take place. Think of it as the city's streets and open spaces. The control center of the cell, containing the genetic material DNA, like the city hall that directs everything. The powerhouses of the cell, generating energy, like the power plants that provide electricity to the city. Tiny structures that make proteins, the building materials of the cell, like construction crews building buildings. There are two main types of cells. Simple cells without a nucleus, like those found in bacteria. Think of a small village without a central government. More complex cells with a nucleus and other organelles, like those found in plants, animals, and fungi. Imagine a large, well-organized city with specialized buildings and departments. Understanding cells helps scientists develop new treatments for diseases like cancer, which involves abnormal cell growth. Scientists study plant cells to improve crop yields and develop disease-resistant plants. Scientists use cells to produce medicines, enzymes, and other valuable products. Cells are the Lego bricks of life, combining to form larger structures. A cell is like a tiny city with different parts working together. A cell acts as a tiny factory, producing proteins and other essential molecules. 1. All living things are made of cells. 2. What is the control center of the cell? A cell membrane. B. Cytoplasm. C. Nucleus. D. Mitochondria. 3. What are the powerhouses of the cell? 4. Which type of cell is simpler, lacking a nucleus? A. Eukaryotic. B. Prokaryotic. 5. Name 2 examples of organisms made of eukaryotic cells. 6. All cells are the same size and shape. 7. Give one example of how understanding cells is important in medicine. The human body contains about 37 trillion cells. That's a lot of tiny cities working together. Topic: Photosynthesis, the plant's amazing food factory. Imagine you're building a super cool Lego castle. You need Lego bricks ingredients, right? Plants are like tiny Lego castle builders, but instead of bricks, they need sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to build their own food. This process is called photosynthesis, and it's pretty awesome. Photosynthesis is how plants, algae, and some bacteria create their own food using sunlight. Think of it as the plant's magical food factory. They take in sunlight, water from the soil through their roots, and carbon dioxide from the air through tiny holes in their leaves called stoma to say they're 10 times fast. Inside their leaves, in special pots called chloroplasts, tiny green powerhouses. They use this recipe to make glucose, a type of sugar, their food, and oxygen, the air we breathe. We can write this amazing process as a simple equation. Sunlight plus water plus carbon dioxide, glucose plus oxygen. It's like a magical chemical reaction that powers the entire plant world. 1. Sunlight provides the energy to kickstart the whole process. It's like turning on the power switch in the plant's food factory. 2. Plants suck up water from the soil through their roots, like drinking a giant milkshake through a straw. This water travels up to the leaves. 3. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide from the air through their stoma to those tiny holes in their leaves. It's like inhaling the ingredients for their food. 4. Inside the chloroplast, the sunlight's energy is used to combine water and carbon dioxide to create glucose, plant food, and oxygen, a byproduct, what's left over. 5. The glucose is used by the plant for energy to grow, repair itself, and produce flowers and fruits. 6. The oxygen is released into the air, the very oxygen we breathe. So thanks, plants. Most of our food comes directly or indirectly from plants that use photosynthesis. From fruits and vegetables to grains and even meat animals that eat plants, photosynthesis is the foundation of our food chain. Photosynthesis is responsible for the oxygen in our atmosphere. Without it, we wouldn't be able to breathe. Plants absorb carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. So, more plants mean less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. 1. What is the main product of photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide. B. Water. C. Glucose. D. Sunlight. 2. Plants need sunlight to perform photosynthesis. 3. Name 2 things plants need to perform photosynthesis besides sunlight. 4. What are the tiny green powerhouses in plant cells where photosynthesis takes place? A mitochondria. B. Chloroplasts. C. Nucleus. D. Vacuoles. 5. Oxygen is a byproduct of photosynthesis. 6. Explain the importance of photosynthesis for the Earth's atmosphere. 7. Which of these organisms does not perform photosynthesis? Algae. B. Cactus. C. Mushroom. D. Sunflower. 1. C. Glucose. 2. Truth. 3. Water and carbon dioxide. 4. B. Chloroplast. 5. True. 6. Photosynthesis produces oxygen, essential for most life on Earth, and helps regulate carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. 7. C. Mushroom. Some plants have adapted to perform photosynthesis even in low light conditions, like those found deep in the rainforest understory or in caves. They develop special adaptations to maximize their light absorption. Topic: the amazing world of photosynthesis biology. Ever wondered how plants stay so green and grow so tall? It's not magic, it's photosynthesis. Imagine a tiny solar-powered factory inside every leaf, producing the plant's food. That's exactly what photosynthesis is. Photosynthesis is like a plant's secret superpower. It's a process where plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to create their own food sugar and release oxygen as a byproduct. Think of it like this: sunlight is the energy, water is one ingredient, carbon dioxide is another, and the sugar is the delicious plant cake they bake. The energy source, like the electricity powering your video games. Plants capture this energy using a green pigment called chlorophyll, which is what makes leaves green. Chlorophyll acts like tiny solar panels on the leaf's surface. Absorbed through the plant's roots, water is a key ingredient in the food-making process. It's like adding water to a cake mix. You need it to make things work. This gas is absorbed from the air through tiny holes on the leaves called stomata. Think of it as another essential ingredient, like flour in our cake analogy. The green pigment in leaves that captures the sunlight's energy. This is the super efficient solar panel in our plant factory. This is the plant's food. It provides energy for growth and other life processes. This is the delicious cake our plant factory produced. This is the waste product of photosynthesis. Plants release oxygen into the air, which we humans and animals breathe to survive. It's like the pleasant aroma left after baking a delicious cake. Photosynthesis happens mainly in the leaves, specifically inside tiny structures called chloroplasts. These chloroplasts are like mini factories within the plant cells, packed with chlorophyll and all the necessary equipment to make sugar. Most of our food comes directly or indirectly from plants that perform photosynthesis. Think fruits, vegetables, grains, they all rely on this process. Photosynthesis provides the oxygen we breathe, making it crucial for life on Earth. Plants absorb carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, helping to regulate the Earth's climate. 1. What is the main product of photosynthesis? A carbon dioxide. B. Water. C. Sugar. D. Sunlight. 2. Photosynthesis happens only during the day. 3. Name 2 ingredients needed for photosynthesis. 4. What is the green pigment in plants that catches sunlight? A chlorophyll. B. Oxygen. C. Glucose. D. Carbon dioxide. 5. Plants release oxygen as a waste product of photosynthesis. 6. Where in the plant does photosynthesis mainly take place? 7. Give one real-world application of photosynthesis. Some plants have adapted to survive in very low light conditions, like those found deep in forests or underwater. Their leaves have evolved to maximize light absorption even in these challenging environments. The video should focus on visual aids and simple explanations that match the text above. Keywords to include in the video title and description: photosynthesis, plants, sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, chlorophyll, glucose, food, energy, leaves, chloroplasts, science, kids, education. Topic: the amazing world of photosynthesis biology. Imagine you're munching on a delicious apple. Where did all that yummy energy come from? It started with a process called photosynthesis, the superpower of plants. Photosynthesis is like a plant's kitchen, where it cooks up its own food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Think of it as nature's solar-powered food factory. Plants aren't just sitting around soaking up the sun, they're busy little chefs. The energy source, like the electricity for your kitchen appliances. Plants capture sunlight using a green pigment called chlorophyll. That's what makes leaves green. Absorbed from the soil through the plant's roots, like the water you use to cook pasta. A gas in the air that plants take in through tiny holes in their leaves called stomata, say that 5 times fast. It's like one of the secret ingredients in a chef's special recipe. Inside the leaves, in tiny structures called chloroplasts, the magic happens. Chlorophyll grabs the sunlight's energy, and with water and carbon dioxide as ingredients, plants create glucose, a type of sugar, their yummy food, and oxygen, the air we breathe. It's like a complex recipe with sunlight as the main ingredient, water and carbon dioxide as supporting ingredients. And the end results are delicious sugar for the plant and fresh oxygen for us. Photosynthesis is the foundation of most food chains. Without it, there would be no plants, and without plants, there would be very few animals. So thank plants for your next yummy meal. Plants release oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis. This oxygen is essential for all living creatures that breathe air, including us. So every breath you take is thanks to photosynthesis. Photosynthesis helps regulate Earth's climate by absorbing carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas that contributes to global warming. Think of plants as nature's air purifiers. 1. What is the green pigment in plants that captures sunlight? A. Chlorophyll. B. Glucose. C. Carbon dioxide. D. Water. 2. Photosynthesis occurs only during the daytime. 3. Name 2 products of photosynthesis. 4. What gas do plants take in from the air for photosynthesis? A. Oxygen. B. Nitrogen. C. Carbon dioxide. D. Hydrogen. 5. Photosynthesis is essential for all life on Earth. 6. Explain the role of water in photosynthesis. 7. Where in the plant does photosynthesis primarily take place? A. Roots. B. Stems. C. Leaves. D. Flowers. 1. A. Chlorophyll. 2. True. 3. Glucose and oxygen. 4. C. Carbon dioxide. 5. True. 6. Water is a crucial reactant in photosynthesis, providing hydrogen atoms needed to create glucose. 7. C. Leaves. Some plants can actually photosynthesize underwater. Seaweed and other aquatic plants are masters of underwater photosynthesis. Topic: the chemistry of cooking chemistry. Think about baking. It's like a culinary chemistry experiment. This reaction happens when you brown food. It's the reason why your toast is crunchy and your steak has a delicious sear. Sugars and amino acids react at high temperatures to create hundreds of flavorful compounds. This is when sugars break down and turn brown, giving things like caramel candies their distinctive flavor. It involves heat and sugar, resulting in a complex array of flavors and aromas. When you cook an egg, the protein molecules unfold and change shape. This is called denaturation. It's the reason why runny egg white turns white and solid when cooked. Acids and bases are essential in cooking. Lemons are acidic, baking soda is a base. They react together to create carbon dioxide gas, which makes cakes rise. This is a classic acid-base reaction fundamental to baking. Understanding chemical reactions helps you bake perfect cakes, breads, and cookies every time. Knowing about browning and other chemical reactions helps you achieve the desired taste and texture in your dishes. Pickling and canning rely on chemical reactions to preserve food for longer periods. 1. What chemical reaction is responsible for the browning of food? A. Caramelization. B. Denaturation. C. Maillard reaction. D. Fermentation. 2. Cooking is primarily a physical change, not a chemical one. 3. What happens to protein molecules when they are denatured? 4. Which of these is an example of a base used in cooking? A. Lemon juice. B. Vinegar. C. Baking soda. D. Orange juice. 5. Acids and bases react together to produce carbon dioxide gas, which causes baked goods to rise. 6. Describe caramels. Which of the following is a chemical change? A. Cutting an apple. B. Melting butter. C. Burning toast. D. Freezing water. 1. C. Maillard reaction. 2. False. 3. They unfold and change shape. 4. C. Baking soda. 5. True. 6. The breakdown of sugars at high temperatures, creating brown color and characteristic flavors. 7. C. Burning toast. The Maillard reaction is responsible for over 1,000 different flavor and aroma compounds in cooked food. Topic: the amazing world of photosynthesis biology. Imagine you're munching on a delicious apple. Where did all that yummy energy come from? It didn't magically appear. The answer lies in a superpowered process plants use called photosynthesis. It's like the plant's secret recipe for making food, and it's powered by the sun. Photosynthesis is how plants, algae, and some bacteria create their own food. Think of it as nature's way of turning sunlight into sugary snacks. It's a two-step process. Imagine the sun as a giant energy ball. Plants have special ingredients within their leaves called chlorophyll. That's what makes them green. That act like solar panels capturing the sun's energy. This energy is used to split water molecules HO into hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen is released into the air. That's the oxygen we breathe. Now that the plant has energy from the sun and hydrogen from the water, it's time to build sugar. Using carbon dioxide from the air, yes, the same gas we exhale, the plant combines the hydrogen and carbon dioxide to create glucose, a type of sugar, the plant's food. This process happens inside tiny structures called chloroplasts within the plant cells. It's like a tiny sugar factory inside each leaf. Photosynthesis is the foundation of almost all food chains. Without it, we wouldn't have plants, and without plants, we wouldn't have many of the animals we eat. Photosynthesis is responsible for the oxygen in our atmosphere. Every breath you take is thanks to this amazing process. Plants absorb carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, helping to regulate the Earth's climate and reduce the effects of global warming. Chlorophyll in plant acts like solar panels, capturing sunlight's energy. Chloroplasts in plant cells are like tiny sugar factories, producing glucose sugar from carbon dioxide and water. Plants are like chefs, using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide as ingredients to create their own food. 1. What is the primary source of energy for photosynthesis? Of wind. B. Water. C. Sunlight. D. Soil. 2. Photosynthesis produces oxygen as a byproduct. 3. What is chlorophyll and what is its role in photosynthesis? 4. Where does photosynthesis primarily take place in a plant? A. Roots. B. Stems. C. Leaves. D. Flowers. 5. Name 2 things plants use during photosynthesis to make food. 6. Animals can perform photosynthesis. 7. What is the main sugar produced during photosynthesis? A. Fructose. B. Sucrose. C. Glucose. D. Lactose. Different plants have different types of chlorophyll, leading to variations in their leaf colors. Some plants even have reddish or purple leaves because of other pigments that help them absorb light at different wavelengths. Topic: Mind-bending molecules, an introduction to chemistry. You're making slime. You mix glue, borax, and water, and suddenly you have a gooey, stretchy substance. What just happened? Chemistry. It's all about how different substances interact and change. Chemistry is the study of matter and how it changes. Matter is everything around you, your desk, your phone, even you. Chemistry explores what matter is made of: atoms and molecules, how these tiny particles interact, and how they change during chemical reactions. Imagine atoms as tiny Lego bricks. They're the basic building blocks of everything. When atoms join together, they form molecules, like connecting Lego bricks to build a castle. Water HO is a molecule made of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Chemical reactions are like recipes. You take certain ingredients, reactants, mix them together, and you get a new product. Making slime is a chemical reaction where the glue and borax react to form long chains of molecules, making the slime stretchy. Acids and bases are 2 types of substances with different properties. Acids taste sour like lemon juice, while bases taste bitter like soap. The pH scale measures how acidic or basic a substance is. A pH of 7 is neutral like pure water. Chemists develop new medicines and treatments. Chemists improve the taste, texture, and preservation of food. Chemists study pollution and develop ways to clean up the environment. Chemists create new materials with special properties, like stronger plastics or lighter metals. Atoms are like Lego bricks, the basic building blocks. Molecules are like structures built from Lego bricks. Chemical reactions are like cooking recipes. You combine ingredients to create something new. The pH scale is like a seesaw, balancing acids and bases. 1. What is the basic building block of matter? A molecule. B. Atom. C. Cell. D. Element. 2. A chemical reaction always produces a new substance. 3. Give an example of a chemical reaction you've seen in everyday life. 4. What does pH measure? A temperature. B. Acidity/basicity. C. Density. D. Weight. 5. Name 1 example of an acid and 1 example of a base. 6. All atoms of the same element are identical. 7. What is the chemical formula for water? A CO. B. HO. C. NaCl. D. O. The air we breathe is a mixture of different gases, primarily nitrogen and oxygen, held together by chemical forces. Topic: Forces in motion, physics in action. Physics. You throw a ball up in the air. Why does it go up then come back down? Why does it eventually stop? The answer lies in the amazing world of forces and motion. Forces are pushes or pulls that can change an object's motion. They can make an object start moving, stop moving, speed up, slow down, or change direction. Gravity, friction, and magnetism are all examples of forces. Gravity is the force that pulls everything towards the center of the Earth. That's why the ball you threw comes back down. Gravity is pulling it. It also keeps us on the ground. Friction is the force that opposes motion between two surfaces in contact. When you rub your hands together, you feel friction. It creates heat. Friction slows things down. Motion is simply a change in position. An object is in motion if its position is changing relative to a reference point. Speed is how quickly an object changes its position, while velocity also includes the direction of motion. Sir Isaac Newton, a brilliant scientist, described 3 laws that explain how forces in motion work. 1. An object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. 2. The acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on the object is in the same direction as the net force and is inversely proportional to the mass of the object F equals mol. 3. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Cars, airplanes, and rockets all use forces to move. Throwing a ball, hitting a golf ball, and kicking a soccer ball all involve forces and motion. Engineers use their understanding of forces to design strong and safe structures. Forces are like 2 teams in a tug-of-war. The stronger team wins. The stronger force determines the motion. A ramp reduces friction, making it easier to move objects uphill. A roller coaster uses gravity, inertia, and friction to create a thrilling ride. 1. What is a force? A push or a pull. B. A type of energy. C. A unit of measurement. D. A type of matter. 2. Gravity pulls objects towards the Earth's center. 3. Explain Newton's first law of motion inertia in your own words. 4. What force opposes motion between 2 surfaces? A. Gravity. B. Magnetism. C. Friction. D. Electricity. 5. Give an example of a situation where friction is helpful and an example where it is harmful. 6. Velocity is a measure of how fast something is moving, and speed includes the direction. 7. Which of Newton's laws explains the concept of action and reaction? A. First law. The second law. C. Third law. D. None of the above. Astronauts experience weightlessness in space because the force of gravity is much weaker far from Earth. They are still affected by gravity, but the distance greatly reduces its effect. Topic 1. The amazing world of photosynthesis biology. Imagine you're munching on a delicious apple. Where did that apple's energy come from? The answer is photosynthesis, the amazing process plants use to create their own food. Photosynthesis is like a plant's superpowered kitchen. Instead of using ovens and stoves, plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to make their food, sugar and oxygen. Think of it as nature's way of turning sunlight into yummy snacks. The whole process happens inside tiny green structures called chloroplasts, which are like miniature solar panels inside plant cells. Plants soak up sunlight like a sponge soaking up water. This light energy is the power source for the entire process. Plants absorb water through their roots, like drinking a giant refreshing smoothie. This water provides the hydrogen atoms needed to make sugar. Plants take in carbon dioxide from the air through tiny holes on their leaves called stomata. Imagine them as tiny mouths. This gas provides the carbon atoms needed for sugar. Photosynthesis happens in 2 main steps. 1. This is where the magic begins. Chloroplasts capture sunlight's energy, splitting water molecules and releasing oxygen, the very air we breathe. This stage is like charging a battery with sunlight. 2. This is where the plant actually builds its food. Using the energy stored from the first step, the plant combines carbon dioxide and hydrogen to create glucose, a type of sugar, which is its food. This is like using the charged battery to power a food-making machine. Photosynthesis is super important for several reasons. It's the basis of most food chains. Plants produce food for themselves and for all the animals, including us, that eat them. Photosynthesis releases the oxygen we need to breathe. Without it, we wouldn't be here. Plants absorb carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, helping to regulate Earth's temperature. Understanding photosynthesis helps farmers improve crop yields and develop more efficient farming practices. Scientists are exploring ways to use photosynthesis to produce biofuels, a more sustainable alternative to fossil fuels. Protecting forests and other plant life is crucial for maintaining oxygen levels and regulating the climate. 1. What are the main products of photosynthesis? A. Sunlight and water. B. Carbon dioxide and water. C. Glucose and oxygen. D. Carbon dioxide and glucose. 2. Photosynthesis occurs only during the day. 3. Name 3 things plants need for photosynthesis. 4. Oxygen is a waste product of photosynthesis. 5. Where does photosynthesis take place within a plant cell? A nucleus. B. Mitochondria. C. Chloroplast. D. Cell wall. 6. Explain in your own words why photosynthesis is important for the planet. 7. Animals can perform photosynthesis. Some plants, like cacti, have adapted to survive in dry climates by performing photosynthesis differently to conserve water. Example YouTube topic ideas for future sections, remembering to refresh with the latest trends. How does the human body work, digestive system, circulatory system, etc.? What are the different types of animals, amazing animal adaptations? Cool chemical reactions, making slime, how soap works, the science of baking. How do roller coasters work? Why do things fall? The science of flight, how magnets work.